toolbox wiring. Hey, you upstairs on the other room? Taxi sign.
Negotiating with the insurgents on a personal level was probably one of the most surreal experiences of my life. And many of these meetings it's all the same memory, which is a dark room with an oil lantern in the middle of the table. And in the middle of the night, a man comes to the gate and he's searched, and then we bring him in. The tendency in the United States Army is to want to solve problems immediately. And in an insurgency, that's just not possible. When we started negotiations, there was a lot of discussion about whether or not this was the right approach. This was a very risky strategy that I felt was worth the risk. As a commander, when you take on risk, you have to evaluate the potential payoff for engaging those risks. For example, once we met with a member of Al-Qaeda. 2 weeks later, based on intelligence he provided, we were able to surround and kill the top target in our area. Yeah, you don't sleep that well afterwards, but takes you a little bit of time to unwind. I think I had a few nights of just sporadic sleep afterwards, and then you move on. The United States had made a lot of mistakes in the beginning of the occupation that caused the insurgency. And when I made that acknowledgement, that was a very important point for them psychologically. It was no longer something that was beneficial to themselves and their families, and it was time to move on. The town hall meeting actually happened because the Iraqis, inspired by our example, came up with the idea, and they said, we need to have a mass amnesty program. And as I sat there on the stage, one of the leaders of Al-Qaeda, who we'd been talking to, was the keynote speaker. And I sat there and watched him speak, telling the people that we needed to embrace reconciliation. And even though I don't understand a lot of Arabic, I realized that it was happening, that it was an Iraqi initiative, and that we had to embrace it. About 3 or 4 months after reconciliation, some of our soldiers were invited to go out and dance there. You gotta know that on a Thursday afternoon you're gonna hear a lot of gunfire, and you can't just go thinking it's a fight, because it's probably a wedding, because wedding parties love to shoot in Iraq.